My name is Alissa, and I'm the Science Program Manager at Boston Children's Museum, and I'd like to welcome you back to my kitchen, where we're going to do another kitchen science activity today. And this one actually can be practical, so this one might actually help you during this crazy time when you can't find everything you need at the store. What we're going to do today is make some butter. I know the last time I went to the store, butter was really picked over, but there was plenty of heavy cream to be found. So if you can get your hands on some heavy cream, you can easily make your own butter right there in your home. The other things that you will need are a small container or jar of some kind, a marble. If you don't have a marble, don't worry about it. It will totally work. It just might take a little longer, but if you have a marble, then great. A Ziploc bag, some cheesecloth. Now, if I know a lot of people don't have cheesecloth in their kitchens. If you don't, you can use a paper coffee filter. That will work just fine. And if you don't have one of those either, any kind of fine fabric would probably work okay. If you have a clean pair of like nylons or tights around, that would work really, really well if you don't mind sacrificing them. So anything that you could filter things through will work really well. So what you're going to do is you're going to pour a little bit of cream into your container, only about halfway full. You want to have plenty of room for it to move around. And you're going to drop your marble right in there. And then what you're going to do is put it in your Ziploc bag. I like to do this just in case it leaks, because if it does leak, it's a big mess. So I like to put it in a bag just to be sure. And then you're going to shake it, and you're going to shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it as hard as you can. It's going to take like 10 or 15 minutes. This is a great thing to do to work off some energy, and definitely it's a good thing to do as a family because you're going to get tired shaking this thing, and then you can take turns doing it. So I'm not going to make you watch 15 minutes of me shaking up my heavy cream. I'm going to put the video on to go faster. I'm going to put on some music, and I'm going to shake this heavy cream until it's ready. So stick with me. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break just to show you what's going on in this container. You can see I've basically made whipped cream. Now it's not going to taste like the whipped cream you're used to because it doesn't have any sugar in it, but it means that I am on the right track. And let me tell you, I'm getting one heck of a workout here. So yeah, so you know, grown-ups, if you're feeling like, oh man, I can't make it to the gym and I don't know what to do with myself, this is a good one. Alright, back to shaking. All right, well, whew, that was a good workout for me. So this is what you're looking for. It is going to be, and I'm spilling it. You've got a bunch of solids in a liquid, and that's the look that you want. That's what you're after. So that is the butter, is the solid, is the chunky bits, and it's sitting in a pool of buttermilk. So follow me over to the sink, and I'll show you how to drain it, and then... So I've got my cheesecloth here. And here's the butter. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump all of this out into the sink, and the liquid will go through and the solid butter will stay in the cheesecloth. So I'm just going to kind of shake it a few times, get as much of that liquid out as I can, because anything that I don't get out here, I'm going to have to squeeze it out in just 1 second. So we're just going to kind of let that sploosh out. Oh, I think that might be about it. Let's see what we got here. So you can see we've got a little lump of butter right there. It's still pretty wet, so I'm going to wrap it back up in the cheesecloth, and I'm just going to squeeze it. Oop. Losing some of the butter there. And it's kind of messy and it's getting on my hands, but that's okay. I'm going to wash them when I'm done. And, oh, here we go. Got a nice lump of butter right here. So I'm going to go on back to the counter. I'm going to get myself a piece of fresh bread, and we're going to have a snack. Okay, so I'm ready for a snack. Got my lump of butter here, and a piece of bread. I'm going to fish the marble out of there a little later, but for now, whew, tired from all that shaking for all that time and doing a little dancing and everything, so, that's really good. So, you might be thinking to yourself, well, that's cool, but that was a lot of work for just a little bit of butter. So, I want to let you know that you can make it in larger quantities if you have a food processor at home. So I'm going to show you how I made a larger batch of butter myself. I started by pouring about a pint of heavy cream into the food processor and just let it run for a while, and it'll look like this. It'll look like whipped cream. You use a spatula to just keep scraping the sides down and then let it run and then scrape the sides. And after a while, this is what you'll have. You'll see the butter. And so this is just what you want it to look like. And then I took this over to the sink where I had set up a little cheesecloth, like I made a little cheesecloth bag, and I put it in a cup, and I poured everything right into that little cheesecloth bag. The liquid drained out into the cup, and the butter stayed in the cheesecloth. And it was still pretty wet, so I pulled the cheesecloth out of the cup, and then I just squeezed it by hand for, not too long until it felt dry. And that's what you can see right here. You can see the liquid still there in the bottom of the cup and the lump of butter there still wrapped up in the cheesecloth. Then I took the butter and I put it into some wax paper, and I just kind of kept rolling it on the counter until it looked more or less like the size of a regular stick of butter. And I poured the liquid into an old peanut butter jar, and there we are. So you can totally make butter at home this way if you can't find it in the store. A pint will make a little over like sort of your average stick of butter. It doesn't taste quite like the butter you get in the store because a lot of times the butter you get in the store has salt in it. You can totally salt your butter if you want. I like it just the way it is, but it's absolutely up to you. And so here is a nice way to get a little bit of workout, burn off some energy, and do some kitchen chemistry that you get to eat when you're done. So I hope you all enjoyed today's kitchen science experiment. I hope your butter comes out awesome. Please post some pictures below of your butter or what you're cooking with it or anything like that. We'd love to see how this works for you. And as always, please continue to check out our social media. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those great places. And we will continue to bring you fun activities to do at home. And we hope you're all doing real well. So thanks again for joining me in my kitchen, and I'll see you next time.